After Trump annihilates California's sanctuary laws, Governor Brown has epic meltdown on live TV. Governor Jerry Moonbeam Brown has driven California into a hellhole, with tent cities everywhere, as he coddles illegal aliens at the expense of American citizens, like murder victim Kate Steinle. Well, no more. The leftist governor had a complete mental breakdown on live TV after President Donald Trump enforced federal laws to annihilate Brown's illegal sanctuary state status. You don't want to miss this. Under Jerry Brown, California enacted 3 laws which made all of California a sanctuary state for illegals. One law requires employers to give notice to employees if immigration authorities are going to conduct enforcement operations on the job site. Another allows California's Department of Justice to inspect federal detention facilities where undocumented immigrants are held, reports The Hill. They go on. A third prevents state and local law enforcement officers from cooperating with federal immigration authorities to transfer or facilitate detentions of undocumented immigrants in state custody. Opponents of the third measure, SB 54, say it makes California a sanctuary jurisdiction for undocumented immigrants. It was exactly that last law, preventing state and local law enforcement officers from cooperating with federal immigration authorities, that got Kate Steinle murdered. The illegal who shot and killed her was being held by the San Francisco Sheriff's Department, but they let him go without notifying Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, agents. Well, the jig is up for those nutjobs like Brown and his cohorts who dominate the California government. President Donald Trump sent Attorney General Jeff Sessions to California to file a federal lawsuit to enforce United States federal laws, which supersede state laws. California is using every power it has, and some it doesn't, to frustrate federal law enforcement, Sessions told the gathering of officers in Sacramento. So you can be sure I'm going to use every power I have to stop them. Sessions suggested California was trying to nullify federal law. There is no nullification. There is no secession. Federal law is the supreme law of the land. I would invite any doubters to go to Gettysburg, to the tombstones of John C. Calhoun and Abraham Lincoln. This matter has been settled, Sessions said. That reference to Gettysburg by Sessions hits the nail on the head. The Civil War was fought when the Southern states advocated for states' rights over federal laws. The Republican Party was determined to prevent any spread of slavery, and many Southern leaders had threatened secession if the Republican candidate, Abraham Lincoln, won the 1860 election. After Lincoln won, many Southern leaders felt that disunion was their only option, fearing that the loss of representation would hamper their ability to promote pro-slavery acts and policies. Does this sound familiar? Just insert Trump's name and change the year to 2016, and this is history repeating itself. Even back then, it was the Democrats who advocated for slavery, and now, they are advocating for illegal alien rights, which is completely unconstitutional and crazy. You can't have a country if you do not enforce its borders. Donald Trump promised us when he got elected that he would stop all this illegal alien nonsense, and he is, but it comes with the Democrats lying and using their tired mantra of Trump's a racist, he's a Nazi. Well, Jerry Brown and his sidekick, California's AG Xavier Becerra, were having mental breakdowns as they conducted a press conference. Brown was so desperate, he used Washington, D.C., gossip and innuendo as his defense against Trump's actions since he has no legal standing to argue. I assume, and this is pure speculation, that Jeff thinks that Donald will be happy with him, Brown said. Let's face it, the Trump White House is under siege. Special Counsel Robert Mueller is closing in. There are more indictments to come. When a reporter challenged Brown, stating a scenario like the one that happened to Kate Steinle, the leftist governor cut her off mid-sentence, with his puppet Becerra nodding his head in the background. Brown's mental breakdown continued as he said, "Look, the Trump administration is full of liars. They've pled guilty already to the special counsel, which is a pretty comical remark. We have to wonder how Trump and his administration are still in power and freely walking around if we are to believe what Brown is saying. It's almost unbelievable that he'd publicly spew such nonsense, But below is the video where Brown cuts off the reporter, then goes into a lying rant. California is not working. I am a lifelong resident of California, and in one of our richest counties, Orange County, home to Disneyland, we have 10 cities of homeless people. Out of the top 10 cities in the nation with the most homeless, California has 4 out of the 10. For a state which could once brag about having the 4th largest economy in the world, California is now a nightmare, and it's due to the Democratic policies that have been governing here for decades. An average starter home with 1,300 square feet located 30 minutes from downtown Los Angeles sells for just under $600,000. How do young people afford that? Thank God for President Donald Trump. Not everyone who lives in California is a crazy leftist. There are many of us who are rejoicing today and hoping that more Californians will wake up. We are the home of Ronald Reagan, and now, law enforcement officers can do their job and not be frightened of Brown and his crony cohorts. Cops will have the mandate to contact ICE agents when they have illegals in custody, and there no longer will be repercussions against them for doing their jobs and enforcing our laws.